I never thought I'd be the kind of woman to cheat. I thought I was better than that. Stronger. Loyal. But when temptation is right in front of you, bigger and harder than anything you've ever known, sometimes, your body acts before your brain can stop it. My name is Emily. I'm 29, married to Josh for almost 6 years. We met in college. He was the sweet guy who always brought me coffee during finals week. He wasn't flashy, not the kind of man who turned heads, but he was reliable, kind, and safe. I loved that about him. At least I thought I did. Until he came into the picture. His name was Marcus. He was a contractor we hired to renovate our kitchen. Tall, broad shoulders, deep voice, the kind of man that just commands a room. I noticed him the first day he walked in. How he filled the doorway like a Greek god in a flannel shirt. It wasn't just his looks. It was the way he moved. Confident. Effortless. Like he knew exactly what he was doing, with the tools and with women. I felt something stir in me that I hadn't felt in years. At first, I told myself it was harmless. A little crush, nothing more. I wore a little makeup when he came by. Maybe a tighter tank top. Josh never noticed. But Marcus did. One morning, Josh had already left for work, and I was standing at the kitchen sink in nothing but a robe. It was hot, summer heat clinging to the air like a second skin. I didn't hear Marcus walk in until he cleared his throat behind me. I didn't mean to startle you, he said, eyes flicking down my body, lingering just long enough for me to know what he was thinking. That was the first time I bit my lip. He smirked. And I didn't stop him. That day the air between us changed. He started staying later, coming earlier. I caught him watching me from across the room, his eyes burning into me. Every look made my pulse race, made me ache in ways I hadn't felt in years. One evening, after Josh left for a business trip, Marcus stayed behind to finish some measurements. I offered him a drink. One turned into two. We sat at the kitchen island, our knees brushing. You're not happy, he said suddenly. I see the way you look at me. You're starving, Emily. I should have told him to stop. To leave. Instead I whispered, maybe I am. The next thing I knew, his hands were on my waist, and my back was pressed against the counter. I could feel all of him against me. My robe slipped open, and he didn't hesitate. His size shocked me. I bit my lip so hard I thought I might draw blood. But I didn't push him away. That night, I gave in to something raw, something primal. Every touch, every breath, every deep, shuddering moment made me forget who I was outside of his arms. For the first time in years, I felt desired. Alive. But reality doesn't stay away forever. The next morning, guilt crushed me like a wave. Marcus wanted to see me again, but I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. I told him it was a mistake, that I loved my husband. He shrugged, like it was nothing, like I was just another bored wife looking for a thrill. Josh came back the next day. He kissed me like he always did, softly, sweetly, without suspicion. I smiled. Lit. Pretended everything was fine. But it wasn't. I couldn't forget what I did, what I let happen. It's been 3 months since that night. Marcus finished the renovation and never contacted me again. But the memory lingers. The way he looked at me. The way I felt under his touch. I haven't told Josh. I don't think I ever will. Some people would say I'm a terrible person. Maybe I am. Maybe I just got lost in a moment I couldn't resist. But here's what I learned. Infidelity isn't always about falling out of love with your partner. Sometimes, it's about realizing you lost yourself somewhere along the way. And for one night, I found a version of me I hadn't seen in a long time. I don't know if that makes it worth it. But I know I'll never forget it.